Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne and Happy New Year. Today we're going to be doing stages 17 to 21 of the Deagostini Collectables release, a build Valentino Rossi's M1 motorcycle. Now I'll show you in the magazines in a second. We did get a free gift today, which of course is going to be stolen by Mrs. World of Wayne as quick as you can say, and that is this number 46 notepad. Now Mrs. World of Wayne's got affiliation with notepads with yellow pages. I don't know what that's all about, but I was going to hide this from her, but as soon as she sees this video, she knows the next question that's going to be asked is where can I get that from? And where have you hidden it? So I'm going to keep that somewhere safe. Now, if you like what you're seeing today, you can get this through Deagostini Collectables, and I have put a link in the video description. You can get that all the way from pack 1. On another note, I'd like to thank or congratulate Stephen Fothergill, who won the giveaway that we had on the last video that you saw of this. So that should be winging its way to you in the next couple of weeks, which is excellent. But before we start this magazines today from 17 onwards, I did forget something, but you know, that's typical of the World of Wayne channel. I'm going to forget something from stage 11, so I'm going to quickly do that now. And basically what that is we were working on this wheel section here, is that I really need to put the mudguard on, which is just going to go over the top of this section here like that, and it's held in with D screws. Can't believe I forgot that, but there you go. So I've got the D screws here. This is just my way of building up anticipation, I guess. So look, I got there in the end, and the only reason I noticed this was because of you fine people telling me that I've missed it off. As a matter of fact, that is a flathead screwdriver. Wow, didn't expect that. So I've got my flathead screwdriver here. Lucky I've got all of these tools on hand to get that in. So there you go. When that's on, it should look like that and that. So that was stage 11 completed. Obviously we've been doing this front forks and wheel here. We do have this that we've already created, the fuel tank there. We did in the last pack build the exhaust system looking like that. All this is metal. And then finally we did start working on the top of the engine and this little part of the dashboard here. So now we're caught up, we can actually get on with where we are today. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Once again, each stage does come with a magazine. This is what the magazine looks like. I'll just give you a quick flick through that. And as you can see, we're going to be doing the liquid coolant radiator today. So that's going to look like that. So by the end of it, we've got one whole piece looking like that there. So this is what some of those radiator parts look like. Nice curve on that. Just going to put that down there. And the first thing I do is going to take this pipe looking like that. And that's just going to go along this edge here. So that's going to go in just like that there. It's going to be held in place with some eye screws, and they're going to go in from this side out there. So this is going to be a little bit tricky, but get them in. Because of the bend in the coolant part there on the radiator, you are able to get a screwdriver in there quite easy. I was worried about that, I have to say. But that's that side in. And that's secured in nice and tight. We want to take the right side hose now, which is in this pack. Turn this over, and I'm going to be putting this little plate just into those two small holes that we can see down the bottom. So line up the lugs that we've got just on the other side here, as you can see, and get that pushed all the way in like that. We then got a radiator cap here. Get that out. And that's just going to go onto the end of this section here. Now this is just a push in. So it is a D-shaped hole though, so it kind of dictates which way round it's going like that. And then finally, bringing this back over again, this is just going to go on this side here, once again held in with eye screws. So this radiator cap's the opposite direction to this pipe. Again, we want 2 screws for this. So get the other one in. That's in nice and tight now, which means the last thing left to do is just put the other side in. This has got some holes here, which is going to press into the lugs on this side. So line it up and push this down. Perfect. So when that's in place, it should look just like that. And that's all there is to do in that stage. So stage 18, we've got the oil cooler that we're doing. Oil, God, that's such a word I have a problem saying. And again, similar to what we've done, we're going to be putting some pipes and fittings onto this cooler. So by the end, it looks just like that. So this time we've got sides like this, which are going to go over these little lugs here. So line them up and just push them down so that fits in like that. We've got the other side to put in as well. So that looks just like that. Now I want to fit this bracket just into the slot at the end here, that way round. And then take this section here, and as you can see, we have got some points which we're going to be putting this over the top of. And just put this over the top here. Push that in, just like that. The last detail we got is just these hose connectors there. They're just going to go onto these points just here. So I'll push that in. And that is all there is to do in that stage. And I'm going to put that to one side because we do have some screws in this stage. These screws are actually Allen screws, which we're going to need later on. So I'm going to keep them safe. So in stage 19, we're going to be doing the air cooler. But I say that, we've got the air cooler, we're not actually working on it. We don't even need to open that up because we are joining together the oil, I can't say that word, oil cooler and the radiator and bringing those together. So at the end, it looks just like that there. So just ensuring I've got the right Allen key for this screw. So taking these two pieces, we've got some pegs just on this side and here, which I'm just going to line up here and put through the holes. Going to be a little bit fiddly, but there we go, that's in just like that. Perfect. I'm lining up the bottom section here with this pin here, and I want to make sure when this pin's in, it's in the back hole, not the front hole. Now we're going to start putting screws in to keep this into place. So I've loaded this up. The first screw I'm going to put in will be the one just here. So line that up. Get that screwed in. Now obviously the more of these hex head screws I put in, the more this is going to be quite secure and stable. Second one just going into the top here. Third one just underneath. And then we've got one more. I'll just load this up, which is just going under this pipe section just there. Now these are just holding in. You don't have to do them too tight, so it's just hand tight there. Now I just took the hose connector off just while I did that, but that's all in place, and that's the end of that stage. So in stage 20, we've got the airbox inlet duct, which means we're going to be taking the parts that we didn't use from last time, and we're going to start piecing all of these together, so at the end it's looking just like that. Now the first thing we want to do with the airbox, we're going to take the top of the airbox. You're going to see these two holes either side here. We've got some dummy fasteners to push into these holes. Now they do go in at an angle and they are shaped. So when you push them in, they should look just like that. Put the one in the other side and there you go. They're in like that. We've then got some cable guides which are going to go on the side. They look like this, and there is a bigger hole and a smaller hole to put these around the right way. So that's one in that side, and exactly the same way, one just above it. So that looks like that. We've got some more cable guides in this issue. This is issue 20. Now these cable guides are going to go into the front sections here. Again, there is a specific way around that they go. So one just in this side like that, and then matching up the larger pin and the smaller pin, one just on the other side. And then finally, in the holes either side of those clips, we've just got these mountings here. They're just going to go in here. I'm just looking at the hole. They are a D-shaped pattern, so they can only go in one way. So that's 1 and 2. So now that looks just like that. And that's all there is to do in that stage. So in the last stage of this pack, I'm guessing we're still working on the body of the airbox here. Looks like this. we're going to be putting everything together, so by the end it's looking just like that there. So this is what the body of the air cooler looks like, with some details already in here for us. The first thing I'm going to do is going to put these catches in. Now they are labelled left and right. If I'm holding the air cooler this side's the right side, this side's the left side. So the right hand side one's going to go in here, and it's going to be held in with a G screw just from the other side. Got that here. Get this screw in. Perfect. Like that. Do the same on the left side. So that's the left one in. Once again, just screw that into place. Perfect. So both of those catches are now in. We want to then turn this over, and I've got two catches which are going into these holes either side here. Now we've got a left hand side one and a right hand side one. That's not going to fall out again, so they look like that. We then want to take this top cover here. That's just going to go over the top here. We do have two locating lugs there. So that's going to go in like that. There is actually two locating pins at the back as well. So I just need to push them onto there. And then the last thing we need is just this cover here, which is just going to go onto the back section just here. Again, we have got a little bit of locating to do for this. There you go. Securely in position now, and that is all there is to do in that stage. Now I'm guessing eventually we are going to be putting this on top like that. Doesn't want us to do that in this stage. I'm guessing that's going to be another stage later on. There you go. That looks pretty cool. And the fact that I haven't got any parts left over says to me that I've actually done something right. First video after the new year, and I haven't made a mistake. But then again, it is Tuesday, which means Car Crash Tuesday stream tonight, which means something will probably go wrong tonight. If you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description, and you can get that all the way from pack 1. But I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.